A lot of the stuff that we do is incredibly frivolous. The food that we serve is packed with sugar, fat, salt, everything that's bad for you, but actually tastes delicious and makes your brain light up with all those endorphins. But for us, fun's important too. And I think no one goes through their life and wishes, God, I wish I had less fun. So our work started very simply. Myself and my best friend, Harry Parr, wanted to do something really fun on the weekend. And as Borough Market, London's foremost food market, was between our houses, we thought we'd get a stall there selling jelly. We weren't successful, but the things that we learned meant that we're able to go on this sort of epic food odyssey and eventually evolve from being simply a jelly company to a full catering company, design agency, creative consultancy. I think we work as artists as well now, but we just get to have all sorts of fun with food, and the main thing being helping other people to have it as well. In the studio, so it's a real rag bag of different experts. So the people that are there, we've got architects, journalists, PR people, graphic designers, artists, all sorts of very specialist people, from an ethnobotanist who's sent out into the wild jungles of the world looking for rare and untasted fruits, to genetic scientists who are working on a few biology projects, modifying DNA to give people tastes that they never would have been able to experience before. And of course, chefs, because ultimately we do a lot of food. So architecture has a very profound impact on taste. Depending on where you eat will entirely inform what you taste. So there's a famous study in 2003 by Professor John Edwards at Surrey University. What he did is he had people eat chicken a la king in different environments. So in a fine dining fancy French restaurant, it tasted delicious, tender, moist and succulent. Whereas in an army barracks, it was claggy, dry and disgusting. So we spent a lot of time choreographing the environment to enhance the taste of foods. There's an interesting link with that between architecture and also food as well. So all of sensory science pretty much comes from the pineapple, which when it started being imported into the UK and other countries in Europe as well, was just a lush, verdant, exotic fruit, and so eye-wateringly expensive that only a few people could try it. Of course, everyone else wanted to know what it tasted like. So what does a pineapple taste like? And that was when they realised that there was no sort of real accurate language to describe commonalities in terms of perception of flavour. And they started trying to say, well, it's got this sort of acidity and bite of a citrus fruit, but with the fragrance of a strawberry. And it's then that you start to get the first formalisation of what we now know in terms of sensory science about how flavours communicate with one another and try their palate out against one another to see the differences and the similarities, so you can actually have like a conversation about flavour accurately. It's quite hard to do. I think taste is, people very rarely try to understand the world through taste, even though they taste stuff all the time. It's very rarely talked about. So what we actually do is we almost go the other way around and use all of our design to help furnish people with a language with which to describe taste. So for example, like when we did for Johnny Walker, we made the flavour conductor, which was a working organ, which changes your perception of taste as it plays music. What we're doing there with it is using music and sensory science to give people the language with which to describe taste as it plays. I think good design is inherently multisensory. All design is multisensory. Like we're sitting in a chair, it sounds like acoustically fantastic. It's very tactile. You can obviously see it. It's the first thing you walk in the room. It's unusual, but I think one of the things that we try and do is design consciously for all those senses to make a single point. When people come to our installations, they'll typically come only once. So it's not like a restaurant which has to be a blank canvas for different meals, different scenarios, different couplings of different people. Ours typically is to make a single point, whether it's like, isn't this interesting, we've made a breathable cloud of gin and tonic, great. Once is probably all you're ever going to need to fully understand the implications of it, even though it's very good. But what that means is we can choreograph all of those senses just to articulate a single point. And just make people smile. That's it.